Hello, YouTube community. It's RobScure Music back again with another video, but a different one. I like to show the music that I get, CDs and vinyl albums and so on, books and whatnot. I don't show a lot of magazines, but I did pick one up recently that honestly I'm not really familiar with. I did a little research into it, and apparently this is a magazine called Dig. This happens to be the September 1964 issue featuring the Beatles, of course. And we've got the Beatles surfing, so I think there's a Beach Boy sort of theme going on here. But nevertheless, Dig magazine was popular in the 50s and 60s, and it's a magazine that was aimed towards let's call it preteens and teenagers. I would say roughly from ages 10 to 15. And I saw this magazine and I had to get it. I took a look through it and I said, you know what? This is a video. This is a video. So I'm going to try to show the contents of this magazine, which is a little bit serious, a little bit funny, or at least they're trying to be funny. I don't know if it's sort of that Mad Magazine type of influence or what. But again, I don't really know when this was initiated, but I know it was popular in the 50s. And until the Beatles came along, they had a lot of, Fabian and other artists of the late 50s and 60s that were popular teen idols. So why don't we dig into this and dig. So again, you got the cover, the Beatles, and this is going to show quite a few of the Beatles stuff here. You open it up, it says big, beautiful snap pics picture buttons. And apparently you could mail away for these picture buttons. And while it looks like you could get, various artists, your favorites, apparently this is just simply a plastic button you can wear. And I think it's blank, and you get to put in whoever you want in there. You could put your favorite star's picture, your girlfriend or boyfriend, any friends, family, your dog, maybe whatever you'd like. You could put into this this particular button. So interesting. And then we've got, get a load of this. This is, you remember the BMG Music Club and clubs of that sort where you would get like 12 items if you agreed to sign up and buy some at full price. This one, again from September 64, I was 7 years old back then, offered 6 free albums, stereo or mono, and all you had to do apparently was buy just one and agree to purchase as few as 6 selections from several hundred Capitol albums offered to you over the next 12 months. And of course, they've got such favorites as the Beatles, the Beatles, the Beach Boys, Al Martino, Nat King Cole. I can't imagine there were too many young teenagers interested in that, but hey, I guess they were appealing to the whole family. So, very interesting. And I guess the owner of this magazine, or owners, never decided to take them up on that offer. Coupon is still there. So we turn the page, we have table of contents. And feel free to pause any of these pages if you want to take another look at some of this in closer detail. And here we've got letters to the janitor, which I guess is kind of the editor of this magazine. And These letters are basically talking about, previous issues and things that they don't like. Like this one says, I would like to comment on Ernest L. Cagle's article, 11 Reasons Why I Hate the Beatles. If I could sue Cagle, I certainly would. And that's from Debbie Blush of Silver Spring, Maryland. And then below those letters, we've got a little advertisement here. Bikini Beach. The beach party gang goes drag strip. Again, I think I'm seeing a Beach Boys sort of influence here. But, we had a lot of these beach movies back then. Elvis, of course, had his share, and as did Annette Funicello, Frankie Avalon. Of course, they're in here. And it says that if I can read it, the girls are bearing, the guys are daring, and the surf's raring to go, go, go. Bikini Beach. Next page, we've got, if I can turn this, Candid Star Pics. I hope you're able to see this. You can send away any 6 candid shots for only 50 cents. What a deal. And then we've got Dick Strout's Starsville. Ooh, I'm seeing Ringo there. All the latest gab and gossip from Starsville. Top secret interviews. Latest hush hush rumors. For a minute there, I thought it said rum, but it's rumors. So we turn the page, and here it is. All the gossip. All the latest. Paul and George. We've got Annette, of course, and Margaret makes an appearance. And this is like, lots of stuff here. Talking about Elvis. Is he in trouble? And whatever happened to Vince and Dick Chamberlain? Ever since the Beatles have taken over, the Doctors have ceased being the number one attraction. What happened to a lot of artists after the Beatles took over? Okay, then on the next page, more info and rumors and hush-hush secrets and rumors and whatnot. And then back to the Beatles, Beatle Fun Kit. I mean, this is September 64, folks. The Beatlemania was in full swing. And this is apparently the world's greatest collection of Beatles fun. All in one gigantic magazine. It's the Beatle Fun Kit magazine, and it's positively huge. And guess what? You can get that huge magazine for just $1. $1. Boy, the times have changed. And we've got on the next page, An American Beauty. Yes, this is 1964 Teen Beauty. And back to the Beatles. I'm loving it. Beetle Nut cereal box. And no, this is not actually a cereal box, but apparently you can cut out these pages and glue them to your cereal box and make your own cereal box starring the Beatles. You see Ringo there. And there's some information here. Instructions, what to do. Cut it out. Cut out side A. Cut out side B and whatnot. Okay, we turn the page. Here are more pages for your cereal box. You've got Beetle Nut News. I'll show you that. Again, you can pause it and read that. Hopefully you can see it. And it basically says, "Good morning from John, Paul, Ringo, and George." Okay. I guess George may have been the least favorite of the teens, or at least the editors. "Hi there, Beatlemaniacs. Isn't this crazy beetle nut cereal box something? It sure is, but we'd rather not say what. But at least it's better than sitting there at the breakfast table staring off into space, or listening to your little brother give detailed descriptions of his appendectomy." What? And it's a lot better than sitting there reading the back of the Wheaties box morning after morning. I'll give you that. And then you've got, "Dear Krabby, my girlfriend is in love with one of the Beatles and won't give me the time of day. What can I do?" "Buy a watch, stupid." That was their answer. Okay, next page. Win 100 hair bows. Not only hair bows, but Lady Ellen hair bows. That must be Lady Ellen right there. Let me move my hand so you can take in the full spectacle that is Lady Ellen. And let's see. Ooh. "Dig tastes good like a magazine should." Oh, I'm not sure you should be eating your magazines. And then Dig presents Recordsville. Latest records from September 7th, 64. And what are we showing here? We got a little bit of Dwayne Eddy. That's always cool. Pernell Roberts, the Kingston Trio, and the Letterman. Wow. Next page, we've got more information about records and a chance to win 50 albums. Not just 50 albums, but 50 Righteous Brothers albums. Do they have 50 albums? A lot of information here. And it continues. Reviews, Bill. Beatles again. Calling all Beatlemaniacs. The Beatles talk about their loves in this magazine, their hates, their past, their future, their friends, their enemies. The Beatles talk about where they got their weird haircuts, their wacky name, their wild clothes, and their wonderful sound. The Beatles tell all in one weird, wacky, wild, wonderful magazine. All for $1. And look at this. This magazine even has 100 facts no one knows about the Beatles. 100 of them. So let's see what they say. Number 1. Paul wouldn't dream of going on stage without his silver ID bracelet, and once held up a performance until he located it. 2. Ringo wishes he'd had braces on his teeth when he was younger. Yeah, me too. Me too, Ringo. Me too. 3. George would give anything if he could gain a few pounds. Number 4. John would give anything if he didn't gain weight so easily. Uh-oh. There's that John is the fat beetle. And that's only in September 64. All 4 Beatles are camera bugs and love to take pictures. Thankfully. Paul gets cold easily and wears a sweater under his jacket whenever possible. Paul can't see anything wrong with girls smoking. Ringo doesn't like to pose for photographs. Paul's favorite outfit is faded Levi's and a blue shirt. George gets a big kick out of smoking a pipe, but the other Beatles protest violently. Lay off the smoking, George. All four Beatles hate brightly lighted restaurants. Really? Okay. Didn't know that. Didn't know that I needed to know that. George has a passion for crossword puzzles. John won't use the same towel twice. Ringo won't wear the same shirt twice until it's been laundered. And he's wearing his same shirt on his upcoming new album, Long, Long Road. Let's see, what else can we tell you here? Soda Pop gives Ringo the world's loudest hiccups. Interesting. Next page. Okay, here we go. This magazine's got a centerfold. And it's Paul McCartney. Why not? And look, there's his ID bracelet. I guess he does love to wear that. And yeah, it did say on the cover that we have a huge Paul McCartney pinup. I'm not sure I'd call this huge. Honestly, some magazines back then had centerfolds that were bigger than this. But let's not go there, shall we? Back to a teen magazine. Create your own Beatles wallet book. Here it is, at last, all new and only in Dig. So apparently you've got this information here and you can fill it out, and it looks like whoever owned this magazine did in fact fill it out for John, Paul, George, and Ringo. I guess you cut this out, fold it, and it goes into your wallet. Thankfully that never happened. This part of the magazine is intact. And I say this part because we shall see a hole in here later. But Britain conquers America. That's Rhythm and News. Got Billy J. Kramer and the Dakoters. That looks like what's her name? She did the Lollipop. Come on now. Millie Small. And Tommy Quickly. Next page, a dictionary. Again, pause it if you'd like. Take a look at some of these things. Like, for example, a hamburglar is a supermarket shoplifter. Did McDonald's know that? Slag is a square girl. And yes, they actually have a square girl on here. Very interesting stuff. Dig's classifieds. Personals, lost and found, swap and sell. And you can look glamorous. This is the Be Comfortable, Feel Alive. It's for dancing, dating, beachwear, and sports. I'm sorry, but what sport would you wear this to? Unless maybe you're just observing the sport. And don't tell me to be a sport. And hey, it's only $4.98. It did sell for $6.98. Now it's a bargain at $4.98. Dig's question or debate of the month: should teenagers marry? Well, most of these teenagers say, yeah, not really, unless they're mature enough. We've got Lolene Gubler, who says, I think teenage marriage is a tragedy in most cases. Marilyn Pfeiffer. Hello, Robert P. From Missouri. She says, in my opinion, teenage marriages are up to the individual couples. Some couples are mature enough to handle the responsibilities and problems of marriage. Then Annabelle Miller, 16, of New Albany, Indiana, says, I'm against teenage marriages because most teenagers aren't mature enough to accept the responsibility that's required of them. Well, Annabelle, a lot of adults these days are not mature enough to accept responsibility that's required of them. And then Russ Charles, the one guy that they asked this question, says, I'm 14 marriage if both boy and girl are mature enough for such a venture. They should also have that little nest egg to make their lives more secure. So there you go. The big question on everyone's mind. And back in 64, they're talking about vandalism. The more things change, the more they stay the same. Vandalism then, vandalism now. We'll just pass on that. We got a page called Paper Mates. Apparently, if you sent your picture into the magazine, they would put it in here and you became a paper mate. And there's a section here where it says, Diggs Cloud 9. I'll show you that. And you can actually, it says, where your dreams come true. Want a sewing machine for your mother? And who doesn't, right? Want a date with Ringo? And again, who doesn't? Want your own private telephone? Want your, let's see, what's your most cherished wish? Maybe Dig can make it come true. So what you do is you send in this coupon and you might get your dream to come true. And apparently, whoever bought this magazine thought, I want my dream to come true, because they actually did, in fact, cut it out. So, I hope your dream came true. And we've got a madhouse here. Bonus back issue sale. Very, very interesting magazine. And let's see what Mother Trask's Madhouse has. Here we go. 10.5 ways to meet the Beatles. And what are some of those ways? Number 1, the Beatles will be appearing at the famous Hollywood Bowl in August. All right, this magazine is September, but I guess they issue it early. So in August 64, they'll be at the Hollywood Bowl. The owner of the Hollywood Bowl will get to meet the Beatles. So have your father purchase the famous Hollywood Bowl for you. Better hurry, though. They'll be coming for him any day now. They're coming to take him away, haha. Number 2, start a rock and roll group called the Beatles. Record the number 1 song in the country. You'll get to meet the Beatles. You'll meet them in court when they sue you. And we will come and visit you every day. What a nice magazine. Number 3, chances are when the Beatles appear in your neck of the woods, they'll do their show in a large open-air stadium. Charter a plane and fly low over the stadium during the show. Skydive into the arms of your favorite Beatle and introduce yourself. Number 4, whoops, I thought you'd have enough sense to use a parachute. It's just as well, though. They were coming to get you, too. 5, change your name to Queen Elizabeth. Demand a command performance starring the Beatles. Don't worry about this getting you in trouble with the British government. They're in enough trouble already. Okay, number 6, and I'll stop there. Number 6, when the Beatles perform in your town, take over the soft drinks concession. Put a mild sleeping potion in the Coca-Cola and sell it at a discounted price. When the entire audience has drifted off, you can drift up to the bandstand and meet the Beatles. Just don't drink that Coke. Anyway, turn the page. We're getting towards the end here. More of Mother Trask's madhouse zaniness here. Special message to those who missed reel 1 and 2 of this series. Stop going around telling people we've never done any favors. I can't read. Very interesting. Then we've got an ad for a newspaper print shirt for $2.98. And who wouldn't want to wear this back in 1964? I mean, how stylish is that? All the news that's fit to wear. Getting towards the end here. And we gotta have the Beatles again. You can be a Beatlemaniac. Get in on all the fun by joining the Beatlemaniac fan club today. And you get certain things free with each membership. Plus, special free bonus. Again, just $1. $1, folks. Don't you wish you were back in September of 1964? And finally, we get into the end here. Flaps to flip your friends. Ringo for president. Forget me. What? Or forget me. I don't know. And then you have an opportunity to win. What do you win? I can't read it. A Mickey Mouse glove. No, I take that back. Rewind. A Mickey Mantle glove. Even better. 10-piece camera set, hair dryer, sleeping bag, and more in just 10 days in your spare time. Or take big cash profits. Look at all that stuff you can win. Look at that hair dryer. My goodness. And of course, we end on the back here with a nice Maybelline Ultra Lash ad. And that's it. Dig Magazine, September 64, when the Beatles were in their heyday. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay well, friends. And remember, if the magazine looks like fun, buy it.